In this video, we'll show you how to write a personal trainer CV, even if you have no experience in the industry. We'll include how to format your CV, examples of each section of what to include, and what really matters to employers. I'm Luke Hughes, Sales and Marketing Director for Origin, the UK's largest fitness education company that certifies thousands of personal trainers each year, both here in the UK and internationally. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to get more personal training career tips and drop this video a like, as it really helps us produce more videos like this one. I have looked at thousands upon thousands of CVs over my 16 years of operating in the fitness sector, as well as conducting well over 1,000 interviews. I'm going to show you what I look for in a personal training CV and how you can create one yourself that is optimized to getting interviews. Let's jump straight in. Formatting your personal trainer CV. I spend on average of around 5 to 10 seconds per CV before determining if I actually want to read it. This largely comes down to the formatting. If you can't be bothered to format your CV correctly, this shows me something about who you are. Disorganized, lazy, with a lack of attention to detail. On that note, here's how to format your personal training CV the right way. Use an easily readable, clear font. 12 Arial is perfectly fine. There is no need for fancy fonts. Subheadings should stand out. Put your subheadings in a larger, bolder font and show clear separation between each section. Keep it compact to just 2 pages. Please don't make an employer scroll 4 or 5 pages. They simply won't. Make sure everything is aligned on the page with no random bullet points out of sync with the rest. Try to avoid images, as people are judgmental and it gives another dimension to an employer to make assumptions on you before they've even met you. What to include in your personal trainer CV. Let's now break down in order what should go on your personal training resume and what should go in what order. Top of the page, your contact information. In neatly aligned text at the top of the page using larger font, put your contact information. We want to make it as easy as possible for an employer to locate this without having to scroll. This includes your full name, email address, phone number, and home address. A great additional tip is to add level 3 qualified personal trainer next to or underneath your name in large font. The reason this is helpful is that when an employer opens your CV, that's the first thing they will see, and they will know you are qualified in what they're looking for. Believe it or not, over 40% of personal training applicants are not actually qualified trainers, so you want to ensure that the employer knows you're not one of them. Your personal statement. Your personal statement comes next and must be limited to just a couple of small paragraphs. No employer wants to read huge chunks of text within your personal statement. Your personal statement is like a sales pitch to your prospective recruiter, demonstrating how you meet the requirements of their role and showing your transferable skills that will help you excel in the position. This is particularly important if you have no prior experience in the industry. When highlighting your skills, you should always use examples from past employment to justify your claims. Anyone can say they are hardworking, but can they prove it? For example, one CV could say, "I feel I am diligent, reliable, and a hardworking individual." But a far better point would be, "I feel I'm a diligent, reliable, and hardworking individual which I've demonstrated with my current employer through my 100% attendance over the past 6 months and got recognition through being Employee of the Month in April 2022. I feel these attributes are important as a PT to ensuring client satisfaction and retention. When choosing which skills to focus on your personal trainer CV, ensure to read the job description, as they tend to give you the actual answers. Take a look at this personal training job advert by David Lloyd's. They list a number of soft and hard skills they want from candidates, including resilience, organisation, time management, active listening, and good communication, to name just a few. Simply try and incorporate these skills into your personal statement, and as mentioned, try and back them up with some evidence. If you are still unsure or the job ad does not include desired skills, we have put a link in the video description of a list of skills for a personal trainer that you can use.
Wait a minute, have you still not qualified as a PT? Check out this cool video we got right here.
Become a personal trainer with the UK's leading training provider. Over 50,000 trainers qualified. Study how suits you best, whether online, part-time or full-time. Internationally recognized SIMSPA endorsed training. Turn your hobby into your career. Whether you want to work in a gym, become an online trainer, freelance from people's homes, or use the great outdoors. Visit originpersonaltrainercourses.co.uk and shape your future the way you want it.
Work experience. Your work experience should form the bulk of your personal trainer CV, depending of course on your age and how much life experience you actually have. Make sure to organise your jobs in chronological order, with your most recent position first. Include key information that clearly shows when you started and finished that role, as well as the name of the company you work for and a short summary of your responsibilities. Describe what you achieved in each role and how you achieved it. If you can, try to relate these achievements to how they can benefit the role of being a personal trainer so that they're as relevant as possible. Include any relevant unpaid or voluntary work that provides you with relevant experience and skills. If you've got any gaps in your CV where you are out of work, make sure to explain these and mention what you did in that time period. If you are young and have limited experience in the working world, discuss the key skills you have and how they relate to the role that you're applying for. Here is an example of what a job on the employment section should look like. It states the date I worked there, the company I work for, and my job title. It summarises the role and duties. It uses bullet points to highlight both skills and achievements. Education. For education, you can put your fitness related qualifications in here or create a separate section of industry specific qualifications, which we have done for the purpose of this video. Always start with your most recent educational experience first. So if you've just finished a degree at university, then that comes before your college and GCSE grades. Make sure to include the date you started and finished, as well as the name of the educational institution, like your university, college or school, and make sure to add the level you studied at, GCSE, A-level, degree, or Masters. Make sure to bullet point the grades you got, and then move on to your next qualification. Make sure these can be related to personal training. If you got a bad grade on a topic that you don't feel affects your ability to work as a PT, you can leave that grade off. Similarly, you don't necessarily need to include your degree class if it's a low grade like a third. Just simply put that you have a degree. Here is an example of how the education section should look. Industry related qualifications and licenses. This is the first section I scroll to when opening a personal training CV. This is because it's the most important section to me as the employer. Are you qualified in what you're applying for? Otherwise, the rest of your CV is a complete waste of my time. This is where you should be listing your industry-specific qualifications, as well as any other relevant qualifications you possess and licenses that you hold. When listing your qualifications, ensure to put the month and year you qualified, followed by the full qualification name and the awarding body you studied with. You will find the full qualification name listed on your actual certificate, like this one on screen. This is what each line should look like. Make sure to include the name of the awarding body you've studied with, especially if it's with a small training provider to which the hiring manager may not be familiar with. This could affect your application as they don't want to spend time researching the provider to see if their qualifications are Ofqual regulated or CIMSPA recognised. If you have any qualifications as part of your package that you have not started yet, or any courses that you're midway through studying, list those qualifications also. For this, just put the name of the course or qualification and just put pending in brackets. This shows the employer that you are committed to your professional development and that you're studying qualifications beyond the norm. Other possible qualifications you should consider adding here are things like first aid qualifications, any sales and marketing courses you have undertaken, details of your personal trainer insurance, your driving license status if you're applying for a role where driving may be required, such as at a home or outdoor personal training company. Achievements. Achievements can be work-related, academic, or something personal to you. Achievements can be something small, team-orientated, or just a task that you perform really well. For achievements, list them out in bullet points, as we have done so on screen. Each achievement you list on your CV should have a skill attached to it, showing how utilising that skill helps you in an area of your work or personal life. Include non-work achievements. Displaying achievements from outside of work shows a lot about who you are as a person, shows transferable skills, and can positively influence the employer's opinion of you. Provide evidence. Back your achievements up with numbers and evidence. Hobbies and interests. Believe it or not, this for me is the second most important part of your PT CV. I always look at hobbies and interests, and over 99% of people fill this section in wrong. What I want to know is whether there's any depth to your personality. Are you someone I actually want to work with? Here's how you should do the hobbies and interests section properly. Firstly, keep this section short. It should only take up a very brief amount of space on your personal trainer CV. Use bullet points to list out your interests. Be specific. If you enjoy running, include what type of running, what distances. Are you a member of a running club? Have you done the events? How did you get on with those events? Don't just include fitness interests. Do you play an instrument? Are you a member of a club of any kind? Are you learning a new language? Do you like art or puzzles, for example? If so, provide some details. Please avoid generic things like socialising, reading, or going to the cinema, because if that is the extent of your interests, there is no difference between that and 1,000 others. Take a look at this example hobbies section here. It is short, concise, and to the point. It highlights their unique passion for clockmaking, whilst also providing details of their sporting interests and memberships. If you want to take your hobbies a step further, you can even include skills within your hobbies section. For example, I love playing football and have been playing for my Saturday league team for 6 years. Last year, I was made captain, which I feel demonstrates both my leadership and organisational skills. References. When it comes to the referencing section, try and give some actual points of references that prospective employers can directly contact, but do not place their information there without their consent. If you're unsure whether a past employer or college lecturer would be a reference for you, then you can simply state available on request or available on demand. On that note, that wraps it up for this video of how to write a personal training CV. Make sure to give this video a like if you found it helpful, subscribe for more personal training career tips, and click the bell icon to get notified every time we post a video. Let me know which tip in the comments section below that you found most useful. Also, if you want more information on our advanced level 4 courses for personal trainers, feel free to download our free course prospectus in the first comment of this video. My name's Luke Hughes from Origin. Thanks for watching.